Hello my dear children. So let's continue with vectors we started last time. In the last class we have already studied what are vector quantities, what are their properties, and today we are going to study types of vectors. But before we deliberate into the type of vectors, let us know how do we represent the vectors. We have already studied this also. Well, we represent a vector graphically by an arrow, where length of arrow is the magnitude of vector and direction of arrowhead is the direction of vector. Mathematically, we represent a vector with the help of an alphabet, but that alphabet should have arrow over itself. This is alphabet with an arrow overhead is mathematical representation of vector. And this is also written as V modulus into V cap. And what is this modulus of a vector? Modulus of a vector is its magnitude and cap of the vector is its what? Directions. So this is magnitude of vector and this is direction of vector. This is also called as unit vector. So let's go ahead with our various type of vectors. Today there are over 16 different types of vectors we are going to discuss today. And all these various types of vectors are very simple. Their nomenclature itself explains what type of vectors they are. So let us start with parallel vectors. See, as obvious from the name itself, these are those vectors whose directions are same. If A vector and B vector, they are parallel, we represent them with two parallel lines in between them, and these two vectors have same magnitude, these two vectors have same direction, and magnitude has no restriction. And these vectors are graphically represented by arrows which are parallel to each other. If this is vector A, this is vector B. So parallel vectors are vectors in the same direction. Graphically they are represented by arrows which are parallel to each other, and angle between these two vectors, that is angle between their related direction is what? 0. Since their directions are same, therefore unit vector of A is same as unit vector of B. Magnitude may or may not be same. There is no condition about magnitude. Well, anti-parallel vectors. Anti-parallel vectors are vectors in opposite direction. If A vector is anti-parallel to B vector, then what happens? The direction of A, which is A cap, and direction of B, which is B cap, they are equated with each other with negative sign. So this negative sign in between the unit vectors of anti-parallel vector indicates that the two vectors are in opposite direction. Graphically they are represented by arrows which are in opposite direction. If this is vector A, this is vector B. So these are anti-parallel vectors. They are simply in opposite direction and there is no boundation over magnitude. Well, the angle between these two vectors is 180 degree. Perpendicular vectors, as obvious from the name itself, are vectors which are in the direction perpendicular to each other. If this is vector A, this is vector B, then the angle between the two vectors is what? 90 degree. These vectors will know this, we will understand this later on. The dot product of perpendicular vector is 0. So product vector we will study in detail. But why is dot product 0? That I am going to tell you in just a single statement. Dot product of two vectors is the simple multiplication of length of A with length of B and cosine of angle between the two vectors. This is what is A dot B. And if vectors are perpendicular, theta is 90 and cos of 90 is 0. That is why A dot B is equal to 0. Now, equal vectors. Equal vectors are those vectors which are exactly same in all aspects. So two vectors when they are equal, we put sign of equality between them, and equal vectors have their magnitudes equal, and also their directions are same. See, if equal vectors are made one above another, we can see just one, not both, because they are exactly similar in all aspects. If this is vector A, this is vector B, both are parallel and both are of equal length. This is what makes equal vectors. Negative vectors. Negative vectors are represented with negative sign in between the two vectors. A is equal to minus B. Negative vectors are the vectors of equal length, that is their magnitudes are same and their directions are opposite. Directions are opposite means A cap is equal to minus times B cap. Their directions are opposite. Their unit vectors are equal to each other with negative sign in between them. So negative vectors, the concept of negative vectors we'll use in subtraction of vectors. Very, very important. If this is A vector, we can write it as what? Minus A vector. Null vectors. Null vectors are those vectors whose magnitude is 0 and their directions is what? The direction of such vector is what? Undefined. So null vectors are vectors of 0 magnitude and undefined directions. When there is no magnitude, direction is not defined, then why do we talk of such vectors? Well, cross product of two vector is a vector quantity, sum of two vector is a vector quantity, subtraction of two vector is a vector quantity, and at times what happens? We get these vectors as 0. Sum of two vectors is at times 0, difference of two vectors is at times 0, and cross product of two vectors is at times 0. So we are bound to call that 0 as vector quantity, and that is what is null vector. So there may not be any technical flaw when we explain 0 vector or null vector while finding out sum or difference. We have the concept of null vector. Unit vector. Unit vectors are those vectors whose magnitude is 1 and their direction is what? Their direction is well defined. So this is obvious from the name itself. Unit vectors are those vectors which have unit magnitude and have well defined directions. These are infinite in number. There are infinite directions in space. So along every direction we can draw a unit vector. Unit vectors are used to represent direction of a vector quantity. You have already studied in mathematical notation of vector. What is this? If this is V vector, this is magnitude. So what is this V cap? V cap is unit vector along V vector. Well, besides unit vector being in all directions, there are 3 standard unit vectors in 3 standard directions in our space. We know in our space there are 3 axes, there are 3 standard directions. If this is room, this is your x-axis, this is y-axis, and this direction happens to be z-axis. Then along these 3 directions, the unit vectors are what? Unit vectors are what? I cap. This along z-axis it is what? J cap. And along z-axis it is what? K cap. So I cap, J cap and Z cap are unit vectors along positive x-axis, positive y-axis and positive z-axis. These I, J, K cap unit vectors, they are also called as orthogonal unit vectors. Position vectors, as obvious from the name itself, are those vectors which express the position of a point in space. Suppose this is xy plane, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and if we have a point P1 here, and if we make an arrow joining this point, this is position vector of this particular point. If we have a point here, and if we make an arrow joining this particular point, then this arrow is position vector of this point. If we have a point here, its position coordinates may be A, B, then the line joining this particular point is unit vector of this particular point. So position vectors are the vectors which express the position of a point in space. Well, unit vectors and position vectors, both these vectors we will study in detail in the next lecture. So these are very, very important vectors. We will study with greater details in the next lecture. Right now I am just introducing these vectors. Axial vectors. Axial vectors, children, are those vectors which are along axis of rotation. Like torque. Torque. What is torque? Torque is tendency of rotation due to force. And this torque is the product of force with perpendicular distance of the force from point of rotation. This is what is torque. You have already studied this much in class 10th. And this torque is an axial vector. What is direction of torque? Well, direction of torque we know. Direction of torque is for rotating body, and that is along axis. There are a number of examples, like the tap, water tap at your homes. When you open the tap rotates in anti-clockwise direction, and as the tap rotates in anti-clockwise direction, it moves along axis up. And as we rotate the the head of the tap in clockwise direction, it moves down. Screw, all screw, when rotated in anti-clockwise direction, they move along axis up. If the screw is like this, and if it is rotated in anti-clockwise direction, it will move up, and when it is rotated in clockwise direction, it moves down. So any rotating object, if it is moving in clockwise direction, will tend to move along axis of the rotation. And if the object is moving in anti-clockwise direction, it will tend to move along axis of rotation upward. Well, torque is an axial vector, as the direction of the torque is along axis. Concurrent vectors. Concurrent vectors are those vectors whose line of actions pass through a common point. So all vectors whose line of action pass through common point, they are called concurrent vectors. We come across concurrent forces when we discuss the equilibrium of body. When a body is acted upon by more than a force, and if it is in equilibrium, then all the forces acting over the body have to be concurrent. Well, like this. This is a force, this is force number 1, say this is a vector number 1. This is another vector in this direction. This is another vector, say in this direction. This is another vector, say in this direction. See, these are 4 vectors, V1, V2, V3 and V4. And all these 4 vectors, when extrapolated, their line of actions are extrapolated, they pass through this common point. This is vector in this direction, this is vector in this direction. All these vectors are in different directions, but when they are extrapolated, their line of actions are extrapolated, that line of actions pass through a common point. So all these 4 vectors are concurrent vectors. Coplanar vectors, well, obvious from the name itself, are the vectors which are in the plane. Any vector we draw in the plane of this board, all of them are what? All the vectors I am drawing here, all of them are what? Coplanar vector. All of them are coplanar vector, same plane vector. Collinear vector, very simple, are the vectors which are along a given line. This is a given line. If the vectors are along this line, if this is vector V1 or this is vector V2, so any vector along this line, all the vectors which are drawn, which are along a line, they all are collinear vector. See, the name itself explains what kind of vectors they are. Co-initial vectors. These are those vectors whose starting points, initial points are same. These are co-initial vectors. The vectors starting from the same point. All these are co-initial vectors starting from this common point. So if all vectors either merge or originate from a common point, we call them as what? Co-initial vector, starting from the common point, not merging. Same order vectors. Vectors are said to be in same order when head of a vector coincides with the tail of other. If head of a vector coincides with the tail of other, we call the vector as what? Same order vector. Like this is vector number 1, V1. If we start the second vector from here, what is this? Same order vector, V2. If we make a vector like this is V3. So all these vectors are same order vector. Why? Because they all show one property, and what is that? Head of a vector coincides with the tail of other. Where one vector ends, the second vector starts from there. That way the vectors are in same order. And this same order vectors and opposite order vectors both are going to be used in addition of vectors. What are the opposite order vectors? Opposite order vectors are those vectors whose heads coincide or whose tails coincide. Like these. If these are the vectors, co-initial vectors. All co-initial vectors are what? Opposite order vectors. Their tail coincide. And if the head of the vectors are coinciding, even then we call them as what? Opposite order vectors. So if the heads of all the vectors are together, then all vectors are what? Opposite order vector. If tails of all vectors are together, all vectors are what? Opposite order vectors. And finally we have multiple vectors. Multiple vector is in fact a group of vectors. When we write a vector as A as n times B, then what is this? A is n multiple of B. A vector is n multiple of B. If n is equal to 1, they are equal vectors. If n is equal to -1, they are negative vectors. If A is equal to 0, they are null vectors. If A is equal to positive, they are parallel vectors. If A is equal to negative, they are anti-parallel vectors. If n is equal to 2, A is double multiple of B. If n is equal to 3, A is triple multiple of B. If n is equal to 4, A is quadruple of B. So multiple vectors represents a group of vectors, or say all parallel, anti-parallel, equal, negative, null vectors. They all are represented by multiple vectors. So children, these are some of the type of vectors we have discussed today, and all these types are very, very simple. And out of all these types of vectors, unit vectors and position vectors we will study separately in a separate lecture. So with this we come to the end of today's class. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.